Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Marcus Hamner. Hope you guys have an incredible, fantastic, and amazing day. This time we're going to talk about Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. And for those of you who've already seen Spider-Man No Way Home, there's two ending credits. The final ending credit scene is Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, and it takes place right after the events of No Way Home. And there's so many elements in the scene as well, and a lot of Easter eggs to break down, and a lot of bits and pieces that we'll definitely talk about. But as far as like his rogue gallery is concerned, we'll probably at least see at least one or two, or probably three of Doctor Strange's rogue gallery enemies too. So we'll definitely see. And I know in that particular fight scene where this giant squid was hurling something or a car right in front of Strange. So it's either going to be Gargantos or Shuma-Gorath. Now, both squids are huge, like giant squids, and Gargantos is one of Strange's oldest Rogue Gallery members. And then Shuma-Gorath also is known as the God of Chaos. And he also makes several appearances in the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise too. So he wasn't technically my main, or he's not my main in particular, because my mains in the game are Spider-Man, Ryu, Captain America, Ken, Sakura, Iron Man, War Machine. Those are my mains in the game. But my favorite move from Shuma-Gorath is when he grabs his opponent and then he hurls them inside his portal. And as they're swirling down, the screen explodes and the narrator will say, "Chaos Dimension!" And then Gorath will also say, "Chaos Dimension!" So it's pretty cool. It's one of the epic moves in the game. But I'll do a gameplay in the future of Marvel vs. Capcom or Marvel Super vs. Street Fighter. So I'll do a gameplay of that and pretty much show the move. But it's one of the coolest moves in the game too. But yeah, as I was saying, one of those two giant squids are gonna make an appearance in the movie, because I actually caught that too. Because I was like, "Is that Shuma-Gorath?" Because I was telling one of my friends, like, "Shuma-Gorath!" That's actually what I said. So it's either going to be Shuma-Gorath or Garganto. So we'll see how that goes. And then at the final scene of the trailer, we actually saw Strange's doppelganger from the What If series too. So they're going to actually bring in the What If elements to Multiverse of Madness. And that's actually one of my favorite series from the Disney Plus series too. So it's really cool. So, like I said, I've been hearing rumors about Nightmare and Mephisto coming in too. But Mephisto was one of the main bad guys in the Marvel Comics series and also in all the universe as well, because he's considered to be the Lord of Lies, kind of similar to Satan and everything. So, chances are, there's rumors about him showing up. But with Galactus showing up eventually too, especially in the Fantastic Four movie that's coming out, I really can't see them at least bringing in two bad guys. They probably can, though. But I really can't see them bringing in at least two bad guys simultaneously. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do at this point. But either way, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with that, too, as far as like bringing in more enemies for the MCU and everything like that. But I got Erik Voss next to me, so we're going to go ahead and break down the Multiverse of Madness trailer bit by bit. And without further ado, we'll get started. Oh, and I also want to mention this too. Wanda makes a return as well. She was last seen at Westview in her final battle against Agatha Harkness in WandaVision. So she makes an appearance too. And around this time, she's already embraced her role as the Scarlet Witch. So we'll definitely see how that's going to play into part two, considering that Strange is going to ask Wanda for his help with what's going on with the multiverse. But now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. I got Erik next to me, so let's get into this.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and this is a breakdown of the new trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, this is a teaser that rolled after the credits of Spider-Man No Way Home, but with some titles added, new details there. And while I did begin to break down this footage in our post-credit scene video, now that this trailer is online, I need to go through this frame by frame to break down the new details that we can now see. Specifically, I am now obsessed with everyone's hand.
That's like
Also,
spirit fingers.
Oh, and speaking of Strange, be
Everyone's
sure to
hands.
get our new limited edition Strange Entanglement
Yeah, Strange
shirt.
Entanglement.
The New Rockstars merch.
That shirt's coming.
I love that No Way Home design. Here we go.
Yeah. That's exactly what he said to Peter in the movie as well.
Okay, we open with the audio from Spider-Man No Way Home, including Strange's lectures to Peter Parker, and acting Sorcerer Supreme Wong's warning to Strange.
Strange, don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous.
Which, interestingly, was in the No Way Home trailer, but not in the movie itself. That just had Wong saying, "Leave me out of this." We could be seeing one reality in which Wong did actually warn Strange, because we're going to be seeing lots of different realities in this movie. Candles blow out at Kamartaj, probably the same shot where an ominous cloud looms over it, and we see Strange's broken watch from the 2016 film, which symbolized his own broken hands.
And I love the symbolism, too, how Doctor Strange's watch actually represents his broken hands, and the fact that he broke his hands in the origin story in the comics and the 2016 Doctor Strange picture as well. The fact that he broke his hands and he wanted the Ancient One to heal his hands so he can practice medicine again, but when she wasn't able to, only because she wanted to teach Stephen a lesson in humility, that he basically eventually learned the mystic arts and was able to use his hands again as well. So, but his broken watch represents his broken hands. So I love the symbolism, how it pretty much ties into Strange's brokenness, especially when he injured his hands in the scene as well, because Strange actually became a broken man. And so it took him a minute to restore himself, but now that he's able to embrace his role, he's able to do that as well. So I just love the symbolism.
And the way he broke time to defeat Dormammu, which is one of the many reality meddling choices that he made throughout the MCU to desecrate the multiverse like this.
Yeah.
And now that bill has come due.
Bill's come due.
It was the only way.
So we hear the voice of Mordo still on that anti-sorcerer crusade.
And
from
Baron
the
Mordo
2016
hasn't been
film.
seen
And
since
Strange
the
looks out to see the city
2016
block
film.
disintegrating, looking a lot like the visuals from What If Episode 4, when Doctor Strange bypassed an absolute point and began to build reality.
Like I said, it's going to be What If elements in there too.
That series, and one that seems like it'll have real implications on this film. Also notice here that Strange's cloak looks torn. It is missing a chunk.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
So this is on the
His
other
cloak of
side
levitation's
some stuff
torn.
we got into. Doctor Strange has the Eye of Agamotto necklace.
And the Eye of
once more, as he
Agamotto
did in
is
No Way
also
Home,
close to his
despite
check,
Thanos
too.
breaking it in Infinity War and the Time Stone that it once housed being atomized. But notice that Strange now wears it way higher on his chest, closer to his neck, as opposed to dangling lower on his chest. So the Eye of Agamotto still must have some additional magic to it, and Strange needs that magic close to his head. Maybe this also helps the cloak protect it. Moving on.
But I never meant for any of this to happen.
Okay, the Sanctum lobby is now flooded with seawater from a beach on the other side of that broken wall. Now, in No Way Home, they had left the Rotunda Gateway open to Siberia, causing that blizzard to freeze it over. But we also got one cryptic line about the Sanctum walls being built at the intersection of cosmic energy currents.
Yeah,
so
there were some
nature
elements in there
spilling
in
into
the
Sanctum,
No Way Home
and
as well,
both of
so.
these cases could actually be a reflection of the multiverse coming apart. And we see shots of Wanda's red chaos magic and Christine Palmer's wedding day, where Strange watches from the pews alongside Dr. Nick West. Notice how Strange tucks a bit of red into his front pocket, maybe his cloak in case he needs a quick change. Then in the star jacket is America Chavez,
Yep,
the young
America
multiversal
Chavez.
warrior who comes
Miss
from the
America.
Utopian Parallel. She's played by Xochitl Gomez, known for
Xochitl
creating
Gomez.
star
She's
portals.
awesome.
And we may actually see one of those star portals here. You can see a giant blue star as the sorcerer tumbled through it. At first I thought it was Strange from that gray stripe, but this person has a ponytail, so maybe this is another sorcerer, or America, or one of America's parents, the moment she loses them. The Marvel Studios logo is filtered through broken glass to show different comic book backgrounds in the letters. We are expecting to see a ton of cameos of alternate universe Avengers in this movie. There are rumors of Haley Atwell returning as Captain Carter.
Haley
in live
Atwell,
action,
Peggy Carter.
maybe even Deadpool in this movie. And notice how the Marvel
Oh, Deadpool's
logos
gonna be
were
awesome,
once
too.
used in past MCU phases, and ones used ahead of Marvel films by other studios like the Fox X-Men films.
Yeah, I noticed that too, as far as like the intros changes, because some of them are like the Marvel intros, and then the Fox's X-Men intros too. So that's gonna be pretty cool to have those elements too.
We are all praying Wanda Maximoff pulls a reverse House of M to declare let there be mutants and maybe bring X-Men into the MCU.
Yeah, because in the House of M storylines, Wanda says no more mutants. So basically, Wanda was on an infringe situation though, because she was basically on infringe mode, because this is when she was losing her mind at the time. And if you read Avengers Disassembled in the comics, it pretty much catapulted Wanda's psychiatric breakdown. So this is actually when she found out that Vision's kids or her kids were not real. So, and then Magneto took her to the island of Genosha, and then of course he was trying to restore her. And so with her being in a fit of rage, it says no more mutants. But hopefully, like Erik was just saying, that when she does actually make a reverse with the multiverse, she'll let there be mutants. So it's going to be pretty interesting, too, that we'll actually get to see the X-Men and the mutant race there, too. So it's going to be pretty awesome.
Hopefully no boner this time. Moving on.
Wanda.
This is when Strange asked Wanda for help.
Sooner or later you'd show up. I made mistakes, and people were hurt.
I'm not here to talk about Westview.
Then what are you here for?
I need your help.
With what?
What do you know about the multiverse?
Okay, Strange visits with Wanda Maximoff, apparently having relocated from her remote mountain cabin in the WandaVision post-credit scene to this serene orchard estate with sheep. This time, animal sheep who must follow her like sheep instead of humans. But we still have to wonder if this could actually be another pocket reality of Wanda's design with its neatly groomed orchard that Wanda can be alone and away from everyone in as she continues to search in the Darkhold for her children. It was actually confirmed by Marvel Studios that Doctor Strange did know what Wanda was doing in Westview and that those commercials were actually intended to be messages from Doctor Strange, including the final one confirming that Wanda Maximoff was a Nexus being and including that cryptic line of "Ask your doctor." But that cameo was removed from WandaVision because they didn't want to make it too much about Doctor Strange, wanted to keep it focused on Wanda. I know, Spider-Man No Way Home just gave us the perfect holiday gift, and I think we need a way to celebrate the magnitude of this occasion.
So basically they had to cut that particular scene out. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the cryptic commercials that you've seen in WandaVision, that basically during Doctor Strange is sending messages to Wanda, so he already knows what happened in Westview. So, and the fact of the matter is, you need the events as well. I mean, think about it. You got two of the most powerful sorcerers in the Marvel Comics. You got Wanda Maximoff, you got Agatha Harkness, and then you got Doctor Strange too. So it's like, why wouldn't they know each other at the same time? You know, so I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. So.
To this undefined, unknown region, but there's also a sick Sinister Six shirt in the style of the usual Suspects.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that shirt too.
And of course, way more
the Sinister Six shirt. It's pretty cool.
They have all kinds of shirts and hoodies and stickers, other merch inspired by Loki, Shang-Chi, other properties, including a new Kingpin-inspired shirt. Long live the King!
Which of course Kingpin's not dead. Calling it. So.
And of course, there's also official New Rockstars merch with our logo, in some cases with my name. If you ever see me in public and you're wearing one of these, I am legally required to high-five you. So what you gotta do is sign up for their newsletter.
Yeah, I'll get Erik's shirt too. So when I meet him, I can high-five him too. So yeah, all of his work's incredible. So with Easter eggs kings. So. But it's gonna be an epic movie, I can guarantee you. So definitely won't miss out.
I'm sorry, Stephen. I hope you understand.
So here, Doctor Strange, America Chavez, and Christine Palmer enter through this hatch of a ship. A sign on the left reads, "Keep door closed." Now, the other side, it opens to a new dimension with broken columns and a central statue that emits a light source. I wonder if this could be the ruins of America's home reality, the utopian parallel. Interesting to include Christine Palmer on that journey, though. And then Mordo confronts Strange with his awesome new look. But then we see the Scarlet Witch in a seance, wearing her new outfit that she gained in WandaVision by defeating Agatha Harkness. But new detail I love. Notice Wanda's fingertips. They are fading black, the way Agatha's would when she cast a spell. Just a very cool way of showing how Wanda is using that same dark magic that Agatha used that drains some of your own life force.
I noticed that too.
The greatest threat to our universe.
So Mordo and Strange duel, calling back their sparring in the 2016 film. Strange strings something between his wrists to block the blow from Mordo. Then we see this explosion in the Camartage courtyard, and if you look closely in the middle, there is a horned Minotaur-like beast standing in the center. Between this and Gargantos, by the way, that's not Shuma-Gorath, this movie is going to be filled with supernatural monsters and entities.
Yeah, okay, so the differences between Shuma-Gorath and Gargantos is that Gargantos has spikes on top of his head. and also the bottom of his eye. Shuma-Gorath doesn't. So chances are it may not be Shuma-Gorath, or it could be a hybrid of Gargantos and Gorath. But for the way things are, I don't think it's going to be It's not going to be Shuma-Gorath at all. It's more than likely going to be Gargantos. So, but I think Gorath will show up eventually. So, but I mean, like I said, Gargantos is one of Strange's older enemies, and he actually shows up before Shuma-Gorath. So, but like I said, they're gonna pretty much like bring both of them in eventually too. So, but yeah, first thing we're gonna see is Gargantos, and then Shuma-Gorath too. So, but let's continue.
Then Strange conjures some red chaos magic, like that of Wanda, and projecting these various orbs that I suspected could depict the multiverse, and how those various worlds are now tethered together.
Yeah.
Notice how this location has that heart from the lair of Dark Strange, but notice that broken sanctum window in the background. Earlier we saw some of Strange's hand over a similarly lit window, with dust collecting on the sill, so this frame may have been broken in rage by that variant of Strange, and may have caused what is happening to his hand. Then there's a quick shot of the Sanctum Tea Room with America and Wong, where Strange releases these serpentine forms from his hands. This looks just like Strange's various attacks in that What If episode after he absorbed various interdimensional.
Yeah, it kind of looks
really
like that too.
The
So
meddling of Strange Supreme in that episode is going to be a huge reason why the multiverse in this film is collapsing the way it is. Then Gargantos throws the busted Strange with that Cafe La Llave ad.
Unlock a better day.
Interesting choice of words for a film with doors throughout the production design.
Yeah,
and
I thought it
of
was
which,
interesting
that
too.
phone booth to the left has an ad reading "The Magic of Tea." This
Magic
phone
tea.
booth could be another portal and exit point for these characters. And on to the final clip.
Is you. Things just got out of hand.
oh snap.
So, Strange faces his dark variant in this variant's sanctum, and while I think Strange Supreme could be brought into this movie, he was not exactly this flavor of dark. I think this is yet another variant, and while he does have both his hands in every other shot, in this last one, his left hand is kind of hard to see. I want to know where that hand went, because we know Strange is all about his hands.
Yeah.
Hands that like to grope him when he goes through the multiverse. I also mentioned how Strange has a bit of purple reflected in his eye, which could just be the lighting, but since he is delving into Wanda's red chaos magic, also mixed up with all that is all the purple dark magic that she absorbed from Agatha. So I'm going to be talking about this film a lot more in the new year. But after we break down the Hawkeye finale, next week we're going to take a little break from Marvel content to enjoy our holidays, and then we're going to return first week in January to hit everything hard. In the meantime, you can support us and get yourself some...
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So the trailer wasn't really that long, so basically it just breaks down what's going to happen in the movie. So, but Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness comes out May 4th, so we only got at least about four months to go when it comes to that. So, but yeah, it's like a lot of good time to pretty much break down everything. So more than likely we're gonna get at least the final trailer to Multiverse of Madness. So, but yeah, it's gonna be epic too. Now, I've also heard rumors, and don't quote me on this, but I was telling this to one of my friends. I even forwarded this to one of my friends when I saw the leak as well, that Tom Cruise is supposed to show up as Tony Stark in Multiverse of Madness. And so the thing is, Tom Cruise actually wanted to play Tony Stark eventually before the role went to Robert Downey Jr. Now, I like both actors, but Robert Downey Jr. is my personal favorite because RDJ actually epitomizes Tony Stark. And the reason why I say that, because RDJ even mentioned himself in many interviews that he embodies Tony Stark. He can relate to Tony Stark because if you think about it, both Stark and RDJ went through a lot of personal issues. They actually battled their own demons too, because both guys were alcoholics and then recovering alcoholics at that. And then if you've read Iron Man's Demon in the Bottle saga, it pretty much talks about alcoholism and how Tony Stark was struggling with it. He almost lost his company. Obadiah Stane took over his company at the time. And so Tony Stark came back eventually, and he built a Silver Centurion armor as well. So, and then that's pretty much what happened with RDJ as well, that he was going through arrests and how he basically, some of his career was going down the drain. But eventually he made his way back. He started in a few, small role movies, but Iron Man was what catapulted him too. So when he started in the Iron Man movies, it pretty much relaunched his career. So, but yeah, so I think that RDJ pretty much exemplifies Tony Stark a lot. And not knocking off Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is cool too, but RDJ is like the best. So, but seeing Tom Cruise pretty much play Tony Stark in the multiverse, his Tony Stark variant, will be pretty interesting too. So, but like I said, we'll see what happens as the movie comes out. So, like I said, we only got a good bit of like 4 to 5 months right before the movie starts showing up. So, but yeah, so we still got time for that. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's definitely gonna be one of the best movies to see. And like I said, hopefully it'll top No Way Home as well. So, but yeah, the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about the Fantastic Four. I'm even going to talk about Peacemaker too, and then I'll do the Book of Boba Fett as well. So I'll do that as well. Let's talk about a little bit of the Star Wars lore and stuff like that. So that'll be my next video. But hope you guys enjoyed. Comment below if you guys have any questions about Multiverse of Madness. What do you guys think? How the multiverses are all going to tie in together. So if you have any questions, just comment below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Till next time, one love, peace and love. Love you guys. See ya.